She stepped into first class and found a white woman already sitting in her seat. "You must be lost," the woman sneered, clutching her designer bag. When the black woman calmly showed her boarding pass, the passenger laughed. "You can't afford this seat. Get out before I call security." Cameras came up. Passengers whispered. The flight attendant hesitated. Then, with the calmest voice in the cabin, the black woman said 6 words that froze everyone mid-breath. "I built this airline you're flying!" The boarding gate of Flight 417 buzzed with noise and impatience. Passengers clutched passports, snapped selfies, and rolled their eyes at the delay. At the front of the line, a woman in her mid-40s waited quietly. Dr. Maya Reynolds, CEO of Ryanair Aviation Group, the company that owned the very plane she was about to board. She never traveled under her title. Tonight was no exception. She preferred to observe how her staff treated people, not executives, but customers. "Boarding Group 1, the attendant called. Maya stepped forward, handed over her pass, and smiled politely. The attendant scanned it and nodded. "Welcome aboard, Ms. Reynolds." Maya walked down the jet bridge, calm and composed. When she reached seat 1A, she paused. A white woman sat there, legs crossed, champagne in hand. "Excuse me?" Maya said gently. "I believe you're in my seat." The woman barely looked up. "That's not possible. I've flown this route for years. This seat's mine." Maya held out her boarding pass. "Seat 1A, Reynolds." The woman laughed, loud enough for the cabin to turn. "Oh, please. You expect me to believe you bought this seat? These are for executive members, not tourists." A few passengers chuckled. The flight attendant approached nervously. "Is there a problem?" "Yes," the woman said sharply. "This passenger is trying to take my seat. She probably scanned someone else's ticket." Maya stayed silent, her composure unbroken. "Ma'am," the attendant said softly, "may I see your ticket?" The woman thrust her pass forward with an exaggerated sigh. The attendant frowned. "Your seat is 7C, not 1A." The woman's face stiffened. "That's ridiculous. I always sit in the front." "Ma'am," the attendant said carefully, "please move to your assigned seat." The woman's tone turned venomous. "Do you know who I am? My husband's firm handles this airline's legal affairs. You'll lose your job if you side with her." The word "her" lingered in the air, heavy, poisonous. A man across the aisle began filming. Others whispered. The tension thickened, stretching across the cabin like static. Maya spoke at last, voice low and calm. "Please take your seat. We're holding up the flight." The woman smirked. "You think you can tell me what to do? I could buy and sell 10 of you before breakfast." Then she snatched Maya's boarding pass from her hand and waved it toward the flight attendant. "Look at this!" Probably printed it online. "Some scammer from who knows where?" Maya blinked once, slowly. "Give that back," but the woman was too busy performing for her phone's camera. "Go ahead," she said into the lens. "Watch what happens when a fake tries to sneak into first class," passengers murmured in discomfort. The flight attendant tried again. "Ma'am, please stop filming and move to 7C." The woman rolled her eyes. "Fine, but I'm not moving until I speak to your captain." "Of course," said a calm male voice behind them. The captain had been standing in the doorway, watching the entire exchange. His expression was unreadable. "You wanted to speak with me?" She straightened. "Yes, this woman is in my seat and pretending to belong here." The captain nodded slowly, then looked at Maya. "Dr. Reynolds, I'm terribly sorry for the disturbance." The woman froze. "Wait, did you just call her?" "Yes," the captain said. "Dr. Maya Reynolds, founder and CEO of Ryanair Aviation Group, the company that owns this aircraft." The cabin went dead silent. The woman's hand shook. I didn't know." Maya took her boarding pass back from the woman's trembling fingers. "No," she said softly. "You didn't care to." Every passenger stared. The phone still recording captured the exact moment arrogance turned to ash. "Captain," Maya continued, "please have her removed from my flight. I don't tolerate harassment on my planes toward anyone." The captain nodded immediately. Understood. Security arrived within minutes. The woman tried to protest, but her words collapsed under the weight of humiliation. The other passengers looked away as she was escorted down the aisle, the same aisle she had used to parade her entitlement minutes earlier. When she was gone, Maya turned to the passengers and smiled faintly. "Now that we're comfortable," she said, "let's get to our destinations." Applause erupted across the cabin, hesitant at first, then overwhelming. Cameras rolled. As the plane took off, the video spread online. By the time they landed in New York, I was on Flight 417 was trending worldwide. The clip had been viewed over 40 million times. The woman's face pale with shock as Maya said, "I built this airline you're flying." News networks called it the first-class reckoning. By morning, the woman's name was everywhere. Her employer issued a statement severing ties. Her husband's firm lost its contract with Ryanair. When reporters asked Maya for comment, she said only one thing: prejudice doesn't need confrontation to collapse. It destroys itself when the truth walks in. Weeks later, Ryanair announced a new initiative, the Elevate program, offering scholarships to underrepresented aviation students. Maya's message to the press was simple: no one should ever have to prove they belong in a seat they earned. The video became required viewing in diversity training programs across the country. Months later, at another boarding gate, Maya stood unnoticed once again, not as a CEO, but as a passenger. A young black woman in line whispered to her, "You're Dr. Reynolds, right?" "You're why I'm studying aviation," Maya smiled. Then it was worth it. Because some victories don't shout. They fly quietly above the noise in first class. On wings built by the hands no one saw coming. If you believe respect can't be bought, prove it. Like this video, share it everywhere, and tell us in the comments where you're watching from and what moment hit you deepest. Subscribe today and turn on notifications, so you never miss stories that expose arrogance and celebrate unstoppable dignity.